Bring out your ETOP bags and express your fandom with pride. Forget plain backpacks. ETOP bags are the new trend. ETOP bags are bags on which fans creatively display merchandise to show off their fandom. The name comes from the Japanese word itai, painful, and started as a self-deprecating joke among otaku. These are people with strong interests, often in anime or manga. They called these bags itai bags because they made the owner's fan interests extremely obvious, almost painful to look at. Over time, people shortened the name to just ETOP bag. When people first started making ETOP bags, they were often decorated with many of the same pins or badges. This showed a deep love for a single character or star. Now, besides the usual pins and badges, postcards, plushies, and even LED lights also make ETOP bags stand out. There is no doubt that ETOP bags have come far beyond just simple displays. Recently, small ETOP bags have even been trending as fashionable pieces that combine personal interests into everyday styles. ETOP bags offer a way to celebrate what you love and connect with other fellow fans. So, what will yours look like?
Hello, everyone. Welcome to English for You. I'm Mike.
I'm Nikki.
And today we are going to be talking about very, very cool accessories.
Bags.
Now, when I say accessories to you, Nikki, you might think of bags, of course, but that doesn't just include bags.
Could be anything. Could be watches, can be necklaces.
Belts, shoes often are included in accessories, but you're right. Bags are the one that you can probably most change to fit your own personal style.
True.
You know, you have big bags that you can carry your whole life around in.
Yes.
Little bags that you might take when you're out for a fashionable night out. And you
There's
only
never enough bags.
You don't think there's enough bags?
No.
Even if you're going out to the theater or a fancy restaurant?
Oh, I'm personally, I have 1,000 bags.
You have 1,000 bags.
For all kinds of occasions.
And they're all huge.
And tiny ones,
Okay,
too.
yeah. Sometimes, a well-dressed lady might need a tiny bag with just a stick of lipstick in it.
Exactly.
Or something. But these bags are not tiny, and these bags are very, very customizable. That's a fancy way of saying you can make it the way you want it. So you can express your fandom and your style with pride with these very cool bags. What's the name of the bag?
ETA bags.
ETA bag. Okay, I was wondering if it was ETA or ITA, but knowing it's from Japan, I would have bet on ETA. ETA bags. So that's what we're talking about. I have to admit, I had never heard, seen, thought of, or considered these bags before I read this article. Had you known about them before?
Yeah, because I teach high school students.
Oh,
so there's a lot of them.
You're so hip and you're so cool and you know all the latest trends. Okay, well, I think I'll be, hopefully I'll be going to Japan later this year on a quick little holiday. So maybe I'll be able to check out some real ETA bags in the land that they were created. But of course, like many Japanese styles and trends, they have quickly spread around the world. So let's find out. Bring out your ETA bags and express your fandom with pride. All right, now it's time to get into the article. It kicks off with forget plain backpacks. Ugh, so boring. ETA bags are the new trend. So when we say forget this, and then we talk about something else, we're kind of talking about that's the old thing, this is the new thing. We're introducing a very cool new trend. So ETA bags are the new trend.
那今天课文要来介绍包包界的新流行 ETA bags.
And we learn ETA bags are bags on which fans creatively display merchandise to show off their fandom. There's a lot of good stuff in that sentence. So they're bags on which. That tells you a little bit about how you decorate them. You put your decorations on the bag, although some of the ones I've seen, you kind of put them in the bag because they have like a plastic window that kind of holds your items. But these are on the outside, right? It's hard to show your creativity when your style is hidden inside the bag. But when we talk about creativity, we talk about being creative, being original, being unique, thinking up something on your own, not copying styles and trends, letting your imagination run away and discover what you can think about and what you can kind of make up. A lot of people in arts, of course, have to be creative, so they work creatively. You can collaborate. You can work together with other people creatively, right? My idea and your idea will make a new, better idea. But basically, if you're using your imagination, making up new stuff, doing art, you're doing some kind of activity creatively. It says the chef in that new restaurant has creatively mixed Spanish seafood dishes with Taiwanese ingredients. So it's kind of Taiwanese tapas or something like that. Very creative, very original. And we also had the word to display. Oh, yeah. When you're doing something creative, you might want to show it to people. And that's basically what it is, to display something. You can think of a store. When you walk by the store, the window of the store might have lots of cool things in it. Try to get you to stop and look at them, maybe even come in and buy something. That's a display. Or maybe at home in your bedroom, you have pictures on the walls, you have little cool things on your desk that you like, that you enjoy. This is a display. You're kind of showing it to people. You're putting it out there so people can look at it and enjoy it and appreciate it. For example, the clerk displayed the latest style in the shoe store's window.
那这种包包有什么特别的地方吗？它特别的地方就在于很多人会利用大量的装饰来呈现他们对于某个东西或是动漫的喜爱。Creatively 这个副词指的是有创意地或者是有创造力地。那它的形容词 creative 就是说 good at using your imagination to make things. So if you're creative, you have a lot of creativity. 它的名词。那再来看到 display 这个动词指的是展示 to arrange something so that people can see. 那它另外也可以变成名词，指的是陈列品表演。So for example, fireworks display 就是烟火表演。那 Halloween display 就比如说我们那个万圣节的时候会摆出来的东西。那另外 merchandise 这个名词指的是商品的 product or something that is being sold。最后看到 show off something 指的是呈现或者是展示。
And of course, fandom is talking about being a fan. If you're a fan of something or someone, you enjoy the fandom of kind of collecting things and maybe meeting other people with the same interests. So yes, just the state of being a fan or really liking something. Let's find out about the name. That's an interesting name, Ita Bags. It says the name comes from the Japanese word itai or itai. I don't know how to say that exactly, which means painful. I wonder why. Interesting. Itai, painful, and it started as a self-deprecating joke among otaku. Okay, well, that's pretty interesting. I'm not sure why it's painful. Maybe some of the bags are painful to create because it takes so long and it takes so much time or something. But it was a self-deprecating joke among otaku. A lot of people know that otaku are very serious fans of things, kind of nerdy fans. They really, really enjoy getting into the things that they like, whether it's, science fiction or comics or superhero cartoons or whatever it is. They really enjoy all that stuff, computer games as well. And self-deprecating, it's kind of a joke where you make fun of yourself, okay? It's not necessarily nice to tease other people, but if you tease yourself or make fun of yourself, joke about what a big fan you are of this thing, and you kind of laugh about it, that's probably okay. So self-deprecating, meaning, making fun of or kind of lightly teasing yourself. And this is a joke among otaku. It says these are people with strong interests, often in anime or manga. It's a Japanese word, but another word from Japan that's kind of gone around the world. And we might, use the word nerd in a kind of kind way to talk about people who are super fans of certain things.
好，那这个名字是从哪里来的呢？答案就是日文 come from something 指的就是来自，那它原本的意思是日文的痛。那痛包这个名称最初的由来就是非常喜欢动漫的御宅族的自嘲，也就是开自己的玩笑。所以 self-deprecating 这个形容词指的就是话语或者是行为，然后进行自我贬低或者是自嘲的。那 self-deprecating humor jokes is trying to tell people that what you do is not important or in a funny way。Anime 这个名词指的就是日本的动画片 Japanese cartoon or Japanese animation。那 manga 这个名词一样也是日本漫画 Japanese comic books。
All right. So we get a bit of an answer to why they're called itai, or, why the word itai sort of gave a name to Ita bags. It says they called these bags itai bags because they made the owner's fan interests extremely obvious, almost painful to look at. So there's a good example of a self-deprecating joke. I'm such a fan, I've decorated my bag in such a crazy way, it's almost painful to look at. I mean, I think a lot of people wouldn't be surprised if you had one little button or something on your bag to show your favorite, cartoon or music group or whatever. But when the whole bag is covered with this stuff, that's why we might say it's painful to look at. Of course, it's not actually causing you physical pain. It's just like, whoa, that is too much. You should relax. Don't be such a big fan of this thing. It's almost painful how crazy you are about whatever it is you're a fan of. It's extremely obvious. And it says over time, people shortened the name to just Ita bag. Okay, so there's a little bit of a history of the name, where it came from. Yes, but if you're a big fan, you might be extremely interested. You might love something extremely, much more than other people. And extremely is just a kind of another way of saying very, okay? We could say it's hot, or it's very hot, or it's extremely hot. It's kind of like very, very. So it's even stronger than saying the word very. For example, you will definitely want to wear your warmest clothes. It's extremely cold today. It's very, very cold today. And we also had that verb to shorten. We shortened itai to ita to give the name of the Ita bag. To shorten something is to make something shorter. That's about all it is. So when you go to a barber shop or a salon and you ask them to cut your hair, you're paying someone to shorten your hair, right? To take off bits of it and to make it go from long hair to shorter hair. So the act of making something shorter is to shorten. For example, Claire went to a dress shop to get her wedding gown shortened. Maybe it was her mother's wedding gown and she was a little bit taller than Claire is, so she needs the gown, the dress, to be a little bit shorter.
那之所以会用到痛这个字呢，其实就是说这些超热爱日本动画漫画的人的包包非常显眼，有时候甚至会让人觉得难以入目，所以时间久大家就会把它简化叫做 Ita bag. 那 extremely 这个副词指的就是非常极度的 very. So for example, this summer is extremely long and hot. I still can't turn off my AC in October. 那就表示超级热，到10月都还在开冷气。那它的形容词就会变成 extreme. 另外看到 shorten 这个动词指的是缩短，那它后面这个 en 其实指的就是使得变成前面的这个形容词。So for example, darken 就把它变成变暗， sharpen 或者是 deepen 把它变成锐利或者是更深入。那 over time 呢，指的就是随着时间过去。
And like a lot of fashions and trends, yes, things do change over time, right? Someone gets a new creative idea and then another person sees it and adds their own creativity to it. And that's kind of what happened with Ita bags. It says when people first started making Ita bags, they were often decorated with many of the same pins or badges. Yeah, that's the easy way to do it. Just get a bag. Maybe it's your school bag or one you buy at the store or one you just have lying around. And you have a lot of pins and badges. Of course, you can wear those on your clothes. That's kind of what they're designed for. But if you have so many, such a big collection, maybe start putting them on your bag. And it says this showed a deep love for a single character or star. Whoever or whatever you were a fan of, you could go out and spend not too much money because these pins and badges on their own aren't very expensive. You can even make them at home and you can start covering your bag with that kind of thing, showing off your fandom and your support and love for a certain person, character, or whatever it happens to be.
那这些超级粉丝们是怎么表示他们对这些动漫的热爱呢？他们刚开始是借由放很多一样的徽章或者是别针来装饰包包，让人一眼就可以看到，有点像是说，哦，这个人包包上面都是火影忍者的别针，那他一定超爱火影忍者的。So here we see badge 这个名词指的是徽章 ，a small piece of metal or plastic that has words or picture on it. You can put it on your top or your bags.
Now, though, it says, besides the usual pins and badges, postcards, plushies, and even LED lights also make Ita bags stand out. Whoa, okay.
Especially during the night.
Absolutely. People have gotten kind of serious and very creative, even a little crazy with their Ita bags. So, yes, covering your bag with pins and badges, that's great, that's fine, but that is so boring now. You can put postcards on them, so very large pictures, much larger than a badge. Plushies, you can attach little stuffed animals. And this is the crazy one, LED lights. lights, the same kind of things you might decorate your room with or something like that. You can also stick them in the bag. I guess you have a little battery in there somewhere to give electricity to the lights. So you can basically create a magical little world on a bag that you can carry around with you all the time. And it will definitely make you stand out. If something stands out, it's very easy to see or notice. It will get a lot of attention. And yes, in a very real way, if you're walking down the street at night and your bag is covered with LED lights, you will really stand out. People will be able to find you in the dark, but also they will notice you because you have this very special and unique style. So it says there is no doubt that ETA bags have come far beyond just simple displays.
那现在除了别上徽章或者是别针之外呢，也会有人放上明信片、毛绒玩具或者是 LED 灯来让包包更出众。Plushy 这个名词指的就是毛绒的玩具，那 stand out 指的就是出众显眼 something that's very easy to be seen or noticeable. Now here we see today's language and focus. Let's take a look. 好，在这里我们看到 there was no doubt that 后面加一个子句，指的就是毫无疑问地、绝对地，来表示某一件事情的绝对性或者是发生的可能性。在这边课文他说 there is no doubt that ETA bags have come far beyond just simple displays. 这边课文的意思是说，它从原本只是别针徽章，到现在可以放上 LED 灯。ETA bags 的存在和发展绝对已经不只是简单的陈列而已。那这个句子也可以放在句首，像是课文这边的句子，那也可以放在句中，后面的话就要加一个 that 子句，像是 His art is very creative and original. There is no doubt that he will become a successful artist. 就是说他非常非常的有创意，而且他很原创，他的作品很原创，所以他一定会成为一个很成功的艺术家。
All right, back to the article. Recently, small ETA bags have even been trending as fashionable pieces that combine personal interests into everyday style. So the original ones were probably larger, more like a school bag size. And obviously, if you're going to put lights on them, you want something a little bigger. But smaller ones have been trending. When we say trend as a verb, it basically means it's becoming more popular. It's getting a lot of interest and attention, maybe online and social media, because that's how a lot of trends spread these days, but it's becoming hotter or more fashionable. It's something that's kind of new and it's getting more and more well-known. For example, the news of the surprise concert trended within minutes of the official announcement. The news started to spread quickly.
那到今天我们还会发现这样的包包已经不只是用来表达人们对某个动画或者是漫画的喜爱，而是进而演变成一个时尚的配件。Trend 这个动词指的是在网络上或者是社群媒体上面的流行，引起大量的注意或者是兴趣。So if something is trending, it's been mentioned a lot on social media. So trend 也可以当作名词，那 trendy 是它的形容词。So for example, it's very à la mode, it's very fashionable. For example, all the videos on TikTok or Instagram Reels, have you seen those ones like I'm Taiwanese? So of course I do this and that.
Oh, yeah, I've definitely seen things like that. All right, back to the article. ETA bags offer a way to celebrate what you love and connect with other fellow fans. So what will yours look like? Yeah, absolutely. You're sort of displaying your fandom to the world. And of course, if other people who happen to be fans of the same thing see you, that will allow you to connect with those people. To connect is to join with. We can use it in a very real way, like to make a train. You have to connect different cars to a locomotive or an engine that pulls them, right? Join them all together. But also it means to make a relationship with people, to find something in common, just to find something that you have in common with people and to sort of start a relationship or even a friendship based on that. For example, many celebrities these days show a lot of their private lives on social media in order to connect with their fans.
Connect 这个动词指的是与他人建立关系。So when you connect with somebody, you become close to them or you have a good relationship with them. 那另外它也可以当作连接。So for example, you connect your phone to the Wi-Fi. Or you can say you feel good about somebody and then you have a connection with them. 这边的 connection 是名词，指的是连接。
Okay, time for a chat question. What are some creative ways you would decorate your ETA bags to make them stand out?
Oh, that's a hard one. Because I like to keep things simple, so I don't like to put things on my bags.
Okay.
But if I do, sometimes I put on scarves.
Ooh, okay. A nice little scarf, some color in there.
Yes.
Maybe you can get a scarf with, the name of your favorite singer or whatever or something on it. That's a great idea. How about you guys? You can let your imagination run wild. How would you decorate your ETA bags?
那听完今天的节目还学得不够尽兴吗？欢迎到空中家教和老师练习哦。
Take care and bye-bye.
Bye.
Vocabulary Review.
Creatively. Teresa creatively turned her old t-shirt and jeans into several stylish bags. Display. The children's paintings were displayed on the walls throughout the school for people to see. Extremely. I really want to be a doctor, but getting into medical school is extremely difficult. Shorten. You should shorten your kite's string so that it doesn't fly too far away. Trend. The popular band's new song started to trend across all social media platforms and quickly became a hit. Connect. Mia connected with her classmate Tim because they both enjoy painting and singing. They soon became good friends.
智慧小补帖
Merchandise. Self-deprecating. Anime. Manga. Manga. Badge. Plushie.